Welcome to Giant State of Mind. Let's get into the action with your hosts, Chris and David.
All right, Dave, week 6. New York Giants 9, Buffalo Bills 14. I'm not surprised at all. No? I had the Bills picked. If I threw some money down, I would have lost it because I had the Bills winning by 40. Yeah. So our Giants kept it close. Super excited about that. I couldn't believe how well the defense played in the beginning of the game. Actually, throughout the whole game. So definitely got to give the Giants some credit there.
Yeah, they definitely played competitive. Something that we haven't seen all season until this game. And there was a small bright spot for a pretty bad season.
Oh, wait, check this out. A giant bright spot for our Giants. That was good. That was good. The crowd liked that.
Yeah, that was good.
That's a dad joke.
They battled. They even had a chance to win. And if anything, This was a hopeful, good start towards the right direction.
Definitely. Definitely had a couple chances to win. Or put them ahead by a pretty good margin, actually.
Yeah, and like you said, the defense played very well. I have to give them credit for that.
So let's just get into the fun part. This is my fun part. I don't know if trivia is your thing or not, but
Trivia time.
All right, here we go. So there's a 1 point, 2 point, and a 3 point. 3 being the hardest. Which one do you want to go with?
Let's go with the...
You know what? Let's go easy.
Okay. I was going to go with the 2-point conversion, but...
I know. You always want to go for the 2-pointer. No, all right, let's go easy. All right, okay. We're talking about quarterbacks this week, so let's do a quarterback question. Which quarterback in 2016 became the first to win the Super Bowl with 2 different teams?
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, easy. Which quarterback in 2016 became the first to win the Super Bowl with 2 different teams? We got Joe Flacco, Peyton Manning, Eli Manning, and Nick Foles. So think about it. I'll give you the answer after the show. So again, quarterback in 2016 that became the first to win the Super Bowl with 2 different teams. Flacco, Foles, Eli Manning, and Peyton Manning. So process of elimination can take care of 2 of those, I think.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't want to waste any more time on that. That's the question. I'll put it to the side for next week. And we'll move on along. All right. So, I know how much you love Danny Dimes.
Oh, yeah.
So
Our hero.
After Tyrod Taylor's performance Sunday night, do you think there's a QB controversy in New York?
All right. This is going to be a long one. Okay, where do we go? He took a few than Danny Dimes. He pushed the ball downfield. I don't think he's the answer, but I do think he's better than Jones. And
I'm going to start drinking because of you.
And I think he got rid of the ball a lot quicker. He ran the offense smoothly. And they had to honor the run this time. It wasn't like, all right, we just got to block Barkley and, Danny Dimes is going to be lost out there getting sacked 50 billion times and eating dirt all night. So, it's a tough question. I would definitely play him 2, or I would actually give him another shot, and then if he does good again, then maybe give him a second. Sit Danny Dimes for 2 more games and see what Tyrod could do. If we're not tanking.
All right. Okay. Again, I completely respectfully disagree. Listen. Daniel Jones is
he was the worst.
Is a good quarterback. No, you see,
worst quarterback was ranked 33.
33 32 teams. I don't know what website that was, but listen, I was looking. You know what? Tyrod got sacked 3 times. They're both running quarterbacks. Over the past week, no one even mentioned that the Giants' offensive line started to play well. I mean, like, Saquon had 2 good runs in the second half of the game.
Yeah.
Like, they protected him a lot better than they protect Jones. And, like, hey, it wasn't working the first couple of games, first 4 games, 5 games, my bad. And then at this game, they did okay. I didn't see how many hurries he had. I couldn't find that. But, yeah, like, his stats are better. He didn't get murdered 11 times like Daniel Jones. And then people are like, oh, Tyrod Taylor's throwing the ball downfield. The guy doesn't have the time to throw it. And when he does, during the Arizona game, he showed it. He could throw it over the receiver's head and it drops right in. Can he do that all the time? I'm not going to say he can. But you give the guy 3 or 4 seconds, something could happen. I feel like he's getting blasted. And you know what? If the Giants let him go in a year or 2, he's going to go to a team with a decent offensive line. He's going to get scooped up in a day.
No.
Yes, you're going to see that bottom line on ESPN. Daniel Jones released by the New York Giants. And then they're going to come back from commercial. Breaking news.
Yeah, he's going to be
news.
Like, who's that guy?
No, it's going to be breaking news.
Sam Darnold. He's going to be like that. Some other team's going to pick him up, and then he's just going to go on mediocrityville and slip away to some backup again.
He's going to end up in Minnesota. I just hope he ends up somewhere with an awesome line. And he's going to go straight to the Pro Bowl.
Oh, God.
Straight to the Pro Bowl and then Canton, Ohio.
God.
I'm going to be presenting him with a yellow jacket. I'm going to run on stage and be like, screw everyone, Daniel. It's me and you, buddy.
Remember me? I told you to stay hydrated.
Stay hydrated. Some poor kid asked him for a picture. He goes, I'm just signing autographs. I said, Daniel, rest the arm. Take the picture. You got a good head of hair. That was great. The Giants practice. That was really cool. We did that. All right. Yeah. So, you think there's going to be a controversy? I think, let's see what the schedule looks like. Washington, and then the Jets. So we're going to get beat up by the Jets. Washington, we got a fighting chance. I have them for a win.
Yeah, if Tyrod plays, then I think we might squeeze a win.
I would let him play against Washington.
Daniel Jones plays, we'll definitely lose to Washington.
Oh man, this guy's tough.
He's too rattled. I think he's been sacked too many times to. He's rattled. His game is off. He's.
All right. I think medically, he's going to sit against Washington. And if Tyrod wins against Washington, you know what they're going to say? Let's play him against the Jets. Do you know why? Because that Jets defense, if you put against our O-line, it's going to look like rugby all day. And at the bottom of the scrum is going to be Tyrod Taylor.
Daniel Jones.
And then Daniel Jones will come back versus Vegas at week 9. Daniel, enjoy the clipboard, buddy.
Yeah.
Hold that thing.
Hold it and cash those checks, baby.
Cash those checks. Cash those checks. Listen, hey, they all say, "Oh, our goal's the Super Bowl." Listen, we're not making the playoffs, obviously. So, fiddle around with things. Let Tyrod Taylor feel good about himself.
Yeah.
Chin up high, Tyrod.
So what's our goal? Draft picks?
Oh, yeah. I mean, listen, just to fall back on something that you said last week, the question you had, would you trade Saquon?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Maybe.
Yeah. Why not?
I was talking to somebody at another Giants fan, and they're like, "He's special." I'm like, "How?" Like
he's what is he? 24.
Well,
he is a good running back, but like a dime a dozen. It's not a position that's worthy anymore, like it used to be when we had what's his name? God, I can't even think of his name.
Tiki. We had Brandon Jacobs.
Yeah, Jacobs. Yeah, those guys.
Yeah, that was a solid team.
Yeah.
We just got off track for a minute. I was talking about Tyrod, the quarterback controversy. I don't think there is one. I mean, you can't. I mean, I guess you pay somebody that much and you can't bench him. But if this guy goes on a 2-game tear,
yeah, what do you do?
Well, you can't. They're going to get beat up by the Jets, man.
I don't know. I mean, Tyrod he looked good with the Bills.
Yeah, all right. So another warm-up game against Washington, and then see how he does against the Jets. I want to bring back Daniel Jones against the Jets.
No.
All right.
Moving on.
Yeah, I mean, yes. I think we can move on, sir.
All right. So the last play of the game, would you call that a pass interference?
Absolutely. Again, watching our media counterparts on ESPN, Rex Ryan, defensive genius. He said, "Waller, you got to get your hands up." How can you get your hands up if they're blatantly being held down? It wasn't both hands; it was one. But they were saying you got to let them play the game. Yeah, you got to let them play the game, but you got to let them, play fair and let them catch the ball. I mean, it would have been. I know the refs are thinking, "Oh, we can't call pass interference 2 times in a row." Yeah, you can. On a game this close, on a primetime game, you got to call it straight.
I agree. He had his hands on his jersey.
Oh, I think his hands was around his waist.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
He was mugging them.
He should have bought Darren Waller advertisers first before that night out.
Yeah.
That was definitely. You got to make a call.
Yeah, even if it's twice, it's.
You know what infuriates me about that? And it happens all the time.
What's that?
When the defensive player does something like that, and they start to celebrate. I'm like, dude, you did nothing but foul him. Yeah. Like, you should be celebrating that you didn't get the call.
Yeah, I hate that.
Can't stand that. And then they wave the finger, don't throw it to me. Why?
Yeah.
So you can foul him again?
Yeah, act like you've been there before.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, that's a little frustrating.
Especially when we're down, and it's not like we're winning.
Yeah. Now, that was obviously frustrating for the loss, but overall, the icing on the cake, I'm going to celebrate, and I didn't really do anything.
Yeah.
Garbage. Just a garbage play. All right, so talking about last play of the game, just really we have to talk about the play calls. This is where I feel like the offensive coordinator is not getting any, I don't want to say blame, but they go to the line, and there's a couple seconds left. I don't know the exact amount, but
14 seconds.
In the first half?
Yes.
This is the one 14 seconds. So I think the average play time is 7.
Yes.
All right. And I think that's with getting the ball snapped or spiking the ball.
Yes.
Why not?
Like that.
Listen, I'm all about handing off guy Saquon blasting through. But you got a couple of downs. Why not like something to Waller in the corner?
Right.
Incomplete pass, clock stop. Interception. Just say he throws an interception. They're not going to run it back. I mean, you got to pick a play where that's not going to be a choice. Like, it's not going to be able to happen. And then, what do you think they're going to go 99 yards in 10 seconds?
Who knows with that defense?
I know. I mean, well, that game they were playing well. So, my point is at least try one throw play. You got Tyrod. Why not a QB sneak? Something.
Absolutely.
And then, I'll give credit to Tyrod for, he said earlier, later in the week, he was like, that's on me. So I give him credit, showing some integrity and taking the blame, but I think the play calling for the past couple of weeks have been poor.
Yeah, he's a vet. He should know this time management.
Yeah.
And I liked. I know you don't like it, but I like Dable yelling. I liked him yelling at the offensive coordinator. I liked him yelling at Tyrod. Shows passion.
So, David, I love you, man. I'm sorry.
He reminds me of old Coughlin yelling out there.
Phys Ed Chris is coming out. Phys Ed Chris is coming out to play.
I'm Coughlin with the red face, and he looked like an elf screaming at everyone. He was great.
All right. Listen, I could appreciate the passion. I really can. But it's over. There's nothing you could do about it. Like, he's up and down, and I did see him recognize the offensive coordinator and draw at him. But, dude, what are you proving?
He's head coach.
Well, I mean, he's got that title every time it says head coach under his name. I know he's the head coach.
Throw it from the end zone for a touchdown. Throw it out of the end zone. Stop that clock. What were you thinking running the ball? And Saquon wasn't good in the first half. I think he was getting stuffed a lot. Second half, he came alive.
Yeah. Well, he's doing that freaking, you know what it is? I think he got a Groupon for some cha-cha dance. No. All serious, I spoke about this earlier, a couple weeks ago. And again, this falls back on the offensive line. He's dancing around looking for holes. And, it's a loss for one or two. Dude, if the hole's not there, crash. Yeah. Go forward. Don't, get back to the line. I guess.
Hug the ball and don't fumble.
I don't know. Everything, starts behind the O-line, and it's been the same thing for, 10 years now.
Your boy Pugh, played every... Is it Pooh or Pugh? What's his name? Justin?
Oh, Justin Pugh, yeah.
Yeah. He played every position in that O-line.
It's poor guy's dude, it's like musical chairs.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they got to figure it out. I don't know what to do, what to say.
He was sitting on the couch, too, right? They called him.
Yeah. I think that's Coughlin's daughter's husband, right?
Is it?
I think there's a connection there somewhere with one of the Giants offensive linemen a while back. I'm pretty sure it's him. I don't know. But, the problem, this is going into the draft talk again, so this will be real quick. I know we're running close to time. I don't mind going over, but I don't want to get sidetracked. But, what do? You draft an offensive lineman. He stays here. He's like, this place sucks. And then when his rookie contract is over, he's gone. And then they develop him better. Someone thoughts? All right. So you know what? Let's just leave the offensive line alone for the rest of the show.
Okay.
Before they come and hunt us down. They had a good game, a better game. So
yeah,
good job, guys. Only 3 sacks.
Yeah. That's an improvement from 7.
Yeah, we're not going to have to send our quarterback to a chiropractor this week. Good job, guys.
Yeah, he's alive.
Let's take a look at the receivers. Waller, 5 targets, 43 yards. They got to get him more involved. I mean, like,
yeah, they need to give him the ball. I heard like all great things about this guy off season, and he's going to be like this starring tight end, and don't see anything. I mean, he has modest days, I guess.
well, I also think with Saquon being out for those 2 or 3 games, like, he sets up the offense. So, if the defense is focused on Saquon or they have a defensive package lined up against Saquon, there's probably a couple packages, Waller, where he could break out. And since that wasn't the case, he hasn't been able to display his talents.
Yeah.
But Miami, they did have a good game plan. They were like, keep the quick offense off the field, so they did a lot of short plays. And that's where I think he had 8 targets that week for like 90-something yards.
He had a good Miami game. All right, you want to wrap it up?
And
now we got that Thibodeaux Kung Fu master over there.
Oh, listen, the toughness, I can respect it and I appreciate it, man. And I think it was Lawrence that came over and knocked the other guy down.
Really?
Yeah, they had the squabble in the end zone.
Yeah,
I don't like the. I mean, like, something happened. I think Thibodeaux on the way down. I don't want to say face mask, but like one of the Bills players didn't react well to how he was tackled or knocked down, and that's how it started. But then, his teammate came and knocked the other guy over. I thought it was great.
Yeah, and then he kicked him below the belt or something. Hi-ya!
Hey, man, Thibodeaux's my guy. Oh, I hate saying that. Thibodeaux's my man.
I know, you liked him. When I saw him do that, I was like, oh, here we go. We got something to talk about.
Yeah. I know, what was it? Last year he sacked, I think it was Foles. And he knocked out Foles.
He did the Snow Angel.
Doing, Snow Angels. Listen, dude, he was excited. He was on the ground. He did a Snow Angel. I don't think he even realized Foles was out cold or whatever.
Yeah, a lot of people were upset with that kick to the nether regions. I thought, I agree with you. I think, shows character and fight.
I think 1 week people are, what happened to old school football? Bloody knuckles and hard hitting. And then 1 week they're like, you can't do that. That's unacceptable.
Can't have it both ways.
Just sit down, watch the game.
Enjoy it. Or try.
If you don't like it, turn it off if it's too rough for you right now. It's not. I don't know. I like that. I like when, right now you're what? 1 in 5? We're 1 in 5. And you know what? The team sticks together. I like it.
Yeah, I like it too. I don't have a problem with that.
And that is Phys Ed. That's Phys Ed Chris going inside. He went inside and evil Chris was like, yeah, kick him. I don't know. But so let's look towards next week. We have Miami.
No, Washington.
Washington. Yep. And we're home. Yeah, I think we can pull out a win.
I don't know. I still think we'll lose.
Oh, I'm just going to what I wrote down 6 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's all out the window now.
Yeah. Well, I have a couple of games where I wrote toss-ups. So
this is a toss-up.
I was 6 weeks ago, I was confident with my boy.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, well, we'll see.
All right.
David, as always, been a pleasure.
Pleasure talking to you.
Have a great week, and obviously I'll speak to you during the week. And the game is at 1 o'clock.
Oh, early game.
I hate
So
1
do
o'clock
I.
games.
It's probably going to be DVR.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so too. Or I'll have it on doing stuff, but
And if
whatever.
anyone...
That usually works.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I'll probably just have it on doing stuff around the house. So,
And if anyone
it won't be as
anyone made it this far and not sleeping, you can always email us questions at giant state of mind podcast at gmail.com. Love to hear anything.
Yes, definitely love to hear. Keep it clean. Be gentle. Just 2 guys talking about the Giants. All right, Dave. Have a good one, my friend.
Later.
All right, later, bud.
Thanks for listening. See you on the next episode of Giant State of Mind.